Welcome back to the Eric Krown Crypto channel. Wishing you a happy and healthy start to this nice Saturday morning over here from Helsinki, Finland. A lot to be speaking about based off of the CME Friday closure, and also we have a long weekend coming up here as well. So it's really a preparation for the next week to come. Likely most relevant on Monday, perhaps even a little bit more so on Tuesday when real markets start trading yet again. Anyways, I wanted to actually have a quick question here because on the poll on the Krown trading application, there was a very surprising result to see under the question, which exchange are you using? Almost 30% of people said other. I'm curious, what other exchange are you using besides these four, of which, I imagine that most people would be using those. Please let us know in the comment section below. We'll be continuing to ask this question over the next week because what we ultimately want to do is we want to link up the most used exchange to the trading journal on the Krown trading application over here so that you can just import your trades straight up and it would just be, a lot less hassle basically. So please let us know. Obviously, we'll add more exchanges over time, but it would be very, 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 very useful for our development team. Other than that, I want to once again aggressively shill my Instagram as we've been uploading all kinds of content there, both trading related and some not trading related. So, may or may not be for you. If you're interested in such things, there is a link in the description below as well. You can always, just unfollow it, which is fair enough. Yeah, let's just jump into it right now. So I wanted to start off this analysis first with the hopium. Because of the way that CME closed on Friday, and then pull that in with what spot is doing over the weekend, which can present a massively different picture. So let's first start it off with CME over here, and CME, a couple things. So first and foremost, it did close above the daily stochastic momentum pivot that we outlined from yesterday for Friday's closure, which was 19,235 or so. So obviously that level did get closed above. So it will cross up for a second coming into, I guess, Monday-ish. When CME opens yet again, assuming that price action is still basically above that level when it opens. So that's going to be late Sunday, early Monday, basically. And then what we really want to see is a close over close with that condition met in order to initiate the next, decent bounce, of which, again, this analysis over here, when the daily stochastic on CME has got into this horizontal level, historically speaking, so going all the way back to the genesis of CME being created, has produced on average, as you can see all of these calculations over here, an average bounce of just below 31%. Done over the course of just over 14 days, which would essentially put Bitcoin, back around the range highs, which is like 23.5-ish, let's say, upon validation of that. Again, looking about 2 weeks out from that number, of which, this has been a potential thing for a long time now that I've been speaking about for, I think, basically since the middle of June, actually. So this could, once again come to fruition, but I need to be careful with the way that I relate these ideas because I feel like it can kind of get lost in translation. Maybe I don't do the best job of explaining it, but some people will say like, Crowns, where's the fucking bounce, man? Hey, where's the fucking bounce? You're stupid. It's like, sir, there's validations for setups and anyways, we'll move on for there. A couple other things to kind of corroborate that story would be the daily on CME RSI is building up bullish divergence over here as well. Obviously, this is not confirmed, and it's only 2 drive variety, so it's not like anything humongously massive. The easiest way to confirm this would be the least impressive, which would simply be to trade above Friday's high, which was 20,790. Is there a way to do that in a more expedited manner? Yes, absolutely. On the 4-hour over here, just need to see a closing higher high than what we saw in that last swing from, I guess this was like early Friday morning for myself at about 20,300 or so. So again, any sort of a closure above there confirms this is a local low, thus confirming this as bullish divergence as we have higher lows on daily RSI with lower lows some price action. Again, likely gets a shot up somewhere around the daily range highs, which is basically 23.5 or so overall. So that's still in the cards there. And then also on that note, we do see that the daily jewel is going to be lining up for a pretty fucking good buy signal over here, probably this next coming week as well. So, I do want to be on the record as saying that because it's definitely a possibility here, but now we're going to start to bring this a bit full circle with, spot price action, which is presenting a bit of a different picture over the weekend. So I'm going to go back on over here to the chart that we've been working off of, and let's first start it off actually on this angle, of which the daily stochastic pivot for spot price action, which is trading over the weekend, is at $20,000 or just above $20,000. If we see Bitcoin today close below that level, yes, we will see daily stochastic momentum turn to the downside. Again, this is a corrective signal right here, so very likely another retest somewhere reasonably close to our current lows. And then the question is, do we see volatility turn back up? Because that would be very, 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 very nasty. But for right now, yeah, do need to be aware of that, because that is obviously, we're almost $1,000 below that pivot at the current moment in time. So that will put added downside pressure on the price action. And if you look at the way that, spot price action closed for Friday, completely different than CME. CME kind of closed as an inverted hammer. Spot price action, not great. Not great right there. Anyways, let's now bring that a few more steps closer. So let's go over here to the 6-hour stochastic momentum pivots and see where that kind of lines up for like some other areas of interest. This is going to be pivoted at 19,450, turning down actually within the bearish control zone. So not great there. 4-hour is also going to be doing kind of the same thing at 19,300. I would say that this is not a strong signal here, however, and likely going to be a corrective signal relatively soon as well. So that would kind of add on to CME's case. And then if we go to the hourly, I believe it's pivoted at 19,150. So it will be turning up in the short term, assuming that it can just close here or higher in the next 55 minutes, which is an eternity in cryptocurrency land. So with that in mind, oh yes, we also do need to be aware of this on the funding rates for the hourly. So hourly funding rates rearing their ugly head yet again. They're going to be positive here. Now, over the weekend, I trust this a lot less. It has been incredibly consistent over the past few months as we really started to be more aggressive in pointing this out. But over the weekends, we have seen a few iterations now where it has not really had like any major follow through. But yeah, that would be more on the bearish side, obviously. Other than that, I wanted to chart out this. So, I'm not a big fan of formations in general. I think that they're rather ambiguous for the most part. I think the only ones that really have any true validity are triangles of the ascending and descending variety. Everything else, I think, is just, I really don't know too many people who trade off of purely patterns who like are verified traders. Doesn't mean that they don't exist, and they certainly do. I do know a few. I mean, there's obviously the legendary Peter Brandt, for example, but if I were going to map out a pattern right here, yeah, we do have something to be aware of. We do have a bit of an inverted cup and derp over here, the old inverted cup and handle. And why does this formation have any weight at all? Trend. And obviously this move already, we got that, way go. So we can just get rid of that for right now. This one right here, not relevant. So we'll just get rid of that as well. This one obviously represents yesterday's high. Sorry, speaking to myself right now because I'm a fucking crazy weirdo, but or schizophrenic maybe, but fair enough. Anyways, in this case, how would you confirm an inverted cup and derp? Well, you need to be closing below, in this case, the actual cup portion on it on the right-hand side, which is basically, our current lows. So that's about 18,006, 18,007, whatever it is right there. So obviously, closing below that low of this past week. And then, yeah, there is an implied target to be made off of this, of which it's going to be pretty fucking nasty, which would be pointed all the way down to significantly new lows, actually, at around $16,500. So that is in the cards right now and is worth being aware of. The question is, how do you kind of resolve this picture with CME's picture? And in my experience, CME's picture does provide the more high quality hit rate in terms of just, presenting some sort of a signal and then playing that signal out. But hey, if you see Bitcoin start to close below these regions over the weekend, I would not get in the way of that. I would not get in the way of that, to put it quite bluntly right there. Other than that, I guess that's pretty much it for today. So basically, to kind of wrap this one up, over the weekend, if we are going to see a breakdown, probably hope it happens over the weekend, that being Saturday, Sunday, Monday, basically, as it is a holiday weekend. If Bitcoin can essentially just hold above this pivot, before CME really gets going on Monday, Tuesday, I would say that the probability is going to start to shift more favorably towards the boo laws there, fully confirmed above the levels that we spoke about, with targets back up towards, basically 23 to 23.5, I would say at minimum. But other than that, it's basically just a case of, are we going to see Bitcoin survive over the weekend? Here's the weekly close, by the way, for CME. Not very compelling for any sort of sustained, major upside. But, the long-term view of this asset that I put out yesterday still very much stands. And we'll go over it again tomorrow on the Macro Sunday video. But basically, whether Bitcoin has a big bounce here or not, I do think that Bitcoin ultimately will come lower. In best case scenarios, we see, something resembling a bottom and then a shit ton of sideways at about like 16,000-ish, let's say, to 17,000. And then if Bitcoin could trade sideways into like end of the year, that would look really, really good for a bottom. If it doesn't, then, well, much lower, we'll say for now. Anyways, I'm going to be signing off on that note. I want to wish you well. Take care. and see you hopefully soon. Oh, fucking, I forgot it again. Yeah, Bybit. I have a Bybit show. There's a link in the description below. It is actually a pretty good deal that they're offering up right now. I think it's throughout this, it might be throughout this whole month, but basically if you sign up with that link, then you'll get 30 days of no maker fees, meaning that if you put in a limit order and you get filled, like not at market, obviously, that's the purpose of using a limit order, then you won't pay any fee on that, which is actually a pretty damn good deal. It puts more money in your pocket. And, you know, for someone like me, I actually very do appreciate that. So I want to give them a big shout out for that. Other than that, I'll be signing off. Take care and see you hopefully soon.